Hi guys, this is Skylar. Wanted to do a video this time. I know a lot of times, and paying no attention to my little chips, these things are very old. I've had them for quite a while. But I know a lot of people do sharpening videos, and I'm not really wanting to do that. I use my stones for mostly, and you can see I've been using them recently, for like chisels and things like that out in my wood shop. That's why they have thinner pattern here, and I'll flip them over on the side, and using them for chisels and things, they tend to get dug out a little bit more than if you were just using a knife over the full surface. So they do have to be trued back up. A lot of these things are, I know not to go past this point. Things have happened to them over the years. I've had them for quite a while, and I just know to stay in this general area on this one. This one only has one little chip, but they do have to be true. They have to be perfectly flat. So how do you do that? It's pretty simple to get them back true. I left these in pretty bad shape on purpose so that I could show you how it's done. And basically all you need is something like a spray adhesive, something that you know is true, so that when you put it on, you look for light up under it, you'll be able to tell, and as you look down through it, trying to make sure it's all flat and even. Different grits of sandpaper, depending on how bad yours are, would determine what grits you would need. That is up to your judgment. And the most important thing is something like this. This is a 1/4 inch piece of 2 foot by 2 foot glass. It cost me around $30, so it's not that bad. So basically what you do, you just make sure you don't have any trash on it, and all you do is get the spray adhesive, spray an area that you want to do. Now, me having such a big piece, I can do multiple pieces and not have to, just turn the pieces I'm going through, and I just adhere the sandpaper down to the glass. I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay guys, well, I've adhered them down, and basically the rougher here. Normally I would do the roughest, next one down, then the last one. Actually did it backwards, did it the other way around. But there is one other thing that you'll need, is water. Now, the way I do it, just because I'm doing it here in the kitchen, you have to have a very understanding wife of you making videos, and she is very forgiving, but this does make a mess. So you need to be aware of that, and you'll see in just a minute. But anyway, I usually use a sponge just because it's easier to control the water. And well, let me show you how to do it. I'll do one of them. There we go. Just wet the surface and just grind it away. You'll start to see pretty quick the lathering. I'll go off onto the glass a little bit so that you can see. It looks like mucky water, as you can see here. And you saw how dirty and nasty this was before I started. And what will happen is your stone will start to come back to its original color, and it's extremely smooth. This feels like glass, but this is also I think this one was my 20,000 grit, so it's a very soft stone. Now I'm in the kitchen, so what I'm going to do is rinse this off. And then I'm going to check for true. Now what you do is easier, and I've already tried on the camera, it does not show up. You basically hold it on like that and look to see if you can see light coming up under the edge there. And you want to check in several places. And I can see it's pretty close. Now, I did not let mine dry enough. It is holding, as you can see, but I'm just holding it down a little bit. The water helps it suction down. and that's probably going to get it for that grit. If you do this on a regular basis, it actually doesn't take very long to do. It's pretty easy. That one is pretty much done. I'm going to go on down through the finer grits and finish this up. Let me move it on up to the next one. Actually, what I'm going to do is turn the glass just to make it a little bit easier for me. Hang on one second, guys. Now, I only have about 10% of my viewers that are female, and the ones that are probably thinking that my wife is a saint right now, and she is. She puts up with a lot of this type stuff, you know. Now, one thing I had somebody say to me once, and it is completely not true, so don't think that you can do this. You cannot go out and buy a higher grit, such as a 1000, and then put a 1500 grit sandpaper to it and think that you'll have a 1500 stone. It actually will work temporarily for about 2 or 3 strokes of the blade, and the coarseness of the stone will reappear very quick. So, no, you cannot change the grit of the stone. I'm sorry for those of you that think that that was a very stupid comment for me to make. But I did want to make sure that was clear because it has come up for people in the past. And you can, as you do this, you'll start to be able to tell when it's really getting perfectly flat, because it's hard to explain. You'll feel a suction the way it attaches to the glass and things like that. You'll be able to tell when you're getting really, really flat and smooth. Really hard to convey that on here, but you'll see as when I try to pick it up, I have to actually slide it to pick it up. But you try not to round those edges when you do that, guys. Now, I'm already not seeing any light whatsoever come out from under mine, but I am going to go ahead and do the final grit. I'm going to need a little more water. The reason I chose this stone is because it is the quickest and easiest. 1, because it's softer. 2, because it only has one side. This is one of my Japanese whetstones that comes with the block on it, whereas I only can do one side. It's the only side that gets worn off. So when I do this one, I'm actually going to be doing all 4 sides. But I won't be going through all that with you. Okay. Another thing, and it's not a big deal, I've never had a problem with it, is you see how the paper is starting to curl a little bit. That is true, but I don't even feel those as I come across. The weight of the stone pushes those right out. And if I would have waited longer to let this dry, I probably wouldn't have had that problem anyway. But I'm always impatient, and I have done this even off camera where I did not wait long enough. In short, you should wait longer. Do as I say, don't do as I do, I guess. There is some discoloration to the stone. Because where I stored it, there may have been chemicals and things that got in it. There is nothing that I can feel there. And like I said, I just avoid that chip. I don't know if you can see it or not. I have a small chip right there. But anyway, this stone should be done. Let me rinse it off real quick. I'm sorry guys, my battery died. Anyway, I had to go find out where it died. I didn't know it did. But anyway, basically this one is done. And what you want to do is just go back and, like I said, you check, make sure it's true. And you want to check it in several places. And in both directions, because you don't want to have a heel of any kind anywhere. But you shouldn't if you've gone through this and you're using something that you know is perfectly flat. Anyway, that one is true. I won't put you through this again for me to do the others. I'm going to go ahead and do those, but I need to clean up some of this water so there isn't so much here, and I'll move on to the next stone. Anyway guys, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for bearing with me. I know this was a long one. Hope you got something out of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video real soon.